Good morning. Good morning. How's everybody doing? Good morning. So much water in my ears. Good morning, everybody. Good morning. I cannot ever get anything open, honestly. Like, I can never get anything open. How is everybody doing today? Everybody doing well this morning? Some of you may be doing well. Some of you may not be doing well. Some of you may, I want to taste this mint. This curiously strong mint. I went out this morning and I walked. And I thought, how am I feeling? Truthfully, I'm feeling disbelief and fury, I think. It got me thinking about the hard conversations that we have to have with people regarding love and personal choice and body autonomy and politics and religion and breaking up and quitting a job and, you know, all of the things that, all of the conversations that most of us try to avoid because we don't want to argue, we don't want to ruffle feathers, we don't want to upset people, we don't want to turn people off. And so it got me thinking about like what happens when we are too afraid to have certain conversations. And so I wanted to actually have a conversation with you, one that is honest. And that is, do you only want to have the conversations that are easy? And I'm asking you personally. I'm asking you. Do you only want to have the conversations that are easy? Or do you want to have the conversations for you that are hard but important? Honestly, I want to know. Like, some people I know just want easy conversation. They do not ever want to have to discuss anything that is perceived as controversial or difficult because they are afraid. They are afraid of other people's reactions. So my second question is, if you are afraid to have a conversation, does your conversation need to change? Or does your conversation need to change? Or does your circle need to change? The people that you talk to. See, Mary says she would prefer to have easy conversation. I don't fault her for that. I do not fault her for that. Jasna says she would rather have hard and important conversation. I understand that too. So for me, okay, Grace says, I keep trying to have these conversations, but they blow up in my face. Afraid I have a bad approach or an unapproachable partner. Okay, well, try having the hard conversation with someone else. And if it doesn't blow up in your face, my guess is you have an unapproachable partner. Chris says, okay, she's speaking about one issue in particular. I'm speaking more broadly, but I understand, given the news, why you're bringing it to Roe versus Wade. She says it's not being banned per se. It's just no longer a federal issue. It's being kicked back to individual states. Well, yes and no. There are 15 to 17 states who have laws on the books right now that would immediately make it illegal, southern states and Midwest states. But it says a lot more than that, right? It says that our rulings from our Supreme Court are not really as firm as we believe they are. So what then happens to the birth control conversation? Does birth control now become a problem for them? How about interracial marriage, gay marriage, right? Like, because essentially what Roe versus Wade is, it was a ruling on right to privacy. And right to privacy falls under who you marry, the kind of sex you have. So it's really a bigger issue, right? It's not like I'm for abortion or I'm for gay marriage or I'm for birth control, because it's not really what you're about, right? It's not really what you're for, because nobody's for abortion. That's not even like a thing, right? But it's more about, like, as Americans in a democracy, do we have a right to privacy based on who we want to have sex with and who we love and who we want to marry, and who otherwise we're an authoritarianism country. Is that a word? And then it's a slippery slope, right? It's a slippery slope. It also says that our Supreme Court is not as strong as we believed it was, because if the Supreme Court rulings can't be upheld, then what's the point, right? Then what's the point of a Supreme Court, kinda, right? And it gives me less faith. I also don't want so much government in my daily life. You know, now in Kansas City, I don't know if you guys saw, but in Kansas City, there is I don't have all the facts, so don't kill me, but it's something in Kansas City now where they're not renting apartments to people who are not married. So if you just want to cohabitate, in Kansas City, you can't do it in this area. That's crazy to me. That is essentially business and government saying you must be married to live together. Guys, that feels icky to me. I lived with Michael before I got married, not for a long time, but I did. I don't want anybody telling me I can't. You don't think that's crazy? Even if you don't want to live with someone before you're married, do you want your companies and your country telling you that you can't? I don't know, guys. It's a slippery slope. It's a slippery slope. And, you know, I see a lot of people on my feed. Now, this is just on my feed, so I don't know about your own feed, but there's a lot of people who felt very strongly, my body, my choice, when it came to the vaccine. My body, my choice. And now they're celebrating like the Roe versus Wade thing. And I think there's some irony there. You don't want your government to force you to get a shot, but you want forced birth in red states. In red states with the least financial support for single mothers. That's interesting. Certainly gives us something to think about, right? And I'm not here to say, There is no government that's going to stop me from kissing girls and like it. I'm going to tell you that right now. My husband might stop me, but my government never will. Period. And I'll live with whoever I want to live with. And that's just the truth. And as soon as I can move out of Alabama, I will, because this is not the state for me and it never has been. For me, it's like bizarre conversations that we have to have with our children. Like, can you imagine explaining to your kids why two people can't live together because they're not married? It's, I don't know, guys, it's tricky. I don't know that anybody has the right answers, but I will tell you that, these are the kinds of rules and laws that countries like China and Russia make. And I just didn't think we wanted to be like that. Again, I'm not advocating for anything. I'm not advocating for living together, not married. I'm not advocating for abortion. I'm not advocating for anything. I'm just saying that it feels like we're going backwards, Like, it feels like we're going backward. And I think I was naive. No, not think. I was naive when the conversations were happening around Amy, whatever her name is, on the Supreme Court, when she and Brett Kavanaugh said they would not try to turn over Roe versus Wade because they viewed it as settled law, meaning the Supreme Court said what they said and ruled what they ruled. And everyone else was freaking out. And I was like, guys, they said it's settled law. They're not going to try to overturn it. Surely they don't want to diminish the power of the Supreme Court, because it just means that 50 years from now, their rulings will be undone. Right? So why would you want to set a precedent in the Supreme Court to change landmark rulings? Because that just means 50 years from now, a bunch of new folks are going to come on there and go, yo, this chick Amy and this dude Brett and this guy fucking whatever, their rulings were bullshit. We're changing it. Flip it, smack it up, flip it, rub it down. I was naive. I thought when they said they viewed it as settled law, they meant it. I admit I was naive. I did not see this coming. I did not. I absolutely did not. My religious beliefs do not impact my desire to have my government stay out of my life. Period. My religious beliefs are between me and God. Me and Jesus, not me and Biden, not me and Amy Poehler or whatever her name is, not me and anybody. And if you lied under oath to get the job, then you should be fired. It's not a political thing, it's an anything thing. If you lie under oath to get a job, then you should be fired. Just like any of us, if we lied under oath to get a job, we would be fired. Because that's how that works. Period. That's why we have oath. Or does under oath mean nothing now? Does the Supreme Court mean nothing? Does under oath mean nothing? I'm trying to figure out where, this shit stops and starts for people. Because I am confused. Okay? I am confused. And listen, I don't think everything in the world is black and white. I really don't. I don't think everything in the world is black and white. I had an ectopic pregnancy. Okay? There was a live baby growing in my tubes. Yeah, it had a heartbeat and everything. I tried to save it. I wanted us to save it. Okay, I begged Dr. Huggins to save it. He said, I can't save it. You will die. There are states in this country that don't care if I die. There are states in this country that say an unborn fetus has more rights than me. That is insane to me. The fact that we're even having that conversation is funny. I have to laugh. I have to fucking laugh. I have to. Because it's so bizarre to me. Nobody wanted to save that baby more, or fetus, or fucking grain of rice, or heartbeat, or fetal pull, or whatever the fuck, right? Nobody wanted to save it more than me. And I couldn't. I couldn't save it because I would have died. There's no gray in that, okay? I actually would have died. And there are states who say, so Heather, I ask you seriously. I'm asking you seriously. You said take a good long hard look at the cross on my neck, as if I need to be reminded that I believe in Jesus. Do you think my relationship with Jesus requires me to die because I have a baby growing in the wrong part of my body? If you do, you and I don't follow the same Jesus. We don't. This is about how ridiculous that sounds. That sounds ridiculous. By the way, let me be crystal clear. If you never want to get an abortion, if you never need birth control, if you've never been in an interracial relationship, if you've never dated someone of the same race, if you've never been raped, like if these things are not in your journey, if those things are not in your purview, you've never had to deal with those things, I get it. You don't get it. You don't understand. And I don't need you to. I would never push it on you. I'm not pushing my views on you. I'm having a conversation. If you feel my views are being pushed on you, then you're a little too fragile. A little too fragile. So all I'm saying is that forced birth, I don't think is the answer. I just don't. Especially in a country, guys, in a country that doesn't offer paid paternal leave. Most of us can't even get 12 weeks off paid to have a baby. We don't have universal health care. This doesn't really impact rich white women. Let's be honest. It disproportionately affects poor people and people of color, women. Okay? So that's all I'm saying. Is I don't think it stops here. And that scares me. But more importantly, how was I so naive? I honestly really didn't believe that it would come to this. I believed Amy Comer, whatever her name is, and whatever, Brett Crybaby. I don't know any of their names, by the way. Don't take that personally. I don't know anybody's name. But I believed them when they said it was settled law. So, look, I think we can't be afraid to have the conversations. And by the way, My lips are so dry. By the way, we can't turn away from everybody who disagrees with us. We cannot. We cannot shut the door on everybody who disagrees with us. What we can do, I'm not blaming Amy and Brett. I'm only talking about Mighty Adult. First of all, before I block you, let me be clear. I'm not blaming them. I'm referring to the fact that they specifically were up for jobs. They were who was interviewed. They were up for the job. I'm not blaming them. I'm saying they said under oath they would not challenge this, that they believed Roe versus Wade was settled law. See, you're fragile as fuck, Claudine, because I'm not placing blame anywhere. It's not blame game. I'm saying they said it, so I believed it. You're under oath. You're a fucking judge. Surely you're not going to lie under oath when you are a judge. If any of us lied under oath, we would go to jail. Do you understand that? They shouldn't get to do it because we can't do it. That's that point. Guys, you got to be able to have conversations with people who feel differently than you. I am naive. My name is Jamie, and I believed them. I'm sorry to everybody who saw this coming. I'm sorry to everybody who was screaming in the abyss that they were going to do this, and I didn't believe it. I truly believed if they were up for a job under oath, that they would do the right thing, the thing they said they would do. I'm not saying right or wrong. I'm just saying, like, if they said to me in any job under oath, will you have sex with Michael in this office? I would say there is a chance that I would do that. Yes. So let me not even lie, because I can't lie under oath. Like, that's all I'm saying. Anyway, it doesn't matter. I'm not here to try to change anybody's mind about anything. I'm just saying that I'm trying to figure out how I even... Yeah, and the justice, I agree. Let's question which justice leaked the info. Sure. Let's question the justice whose wife took part in the fucking January 6th storming of our Capitol. Let's question all of it. I'm not like here to pick sides. You're absolutely right. Yeah. Who leaked it? And why? Why is it okay for your wife to be texting people about storming the Capitol? What the hell? What the hell? Y'all, I don't know. It's crazy. We live in crazy times. Like, and it's almost as if you can't talk about it with anyone. We have to be able to have conversations that make us nervous, or else what? I can't be scared that if I talk to you, we're going to stop talking. Really? It would be different if you were like, Jamie, you're a lesbian dyke faggot and I hate you. I would be like, ouch, okay, we're not friends anymore. Got it. But just a conversation. Helen, why are you saying I might as well block you? Why? We can't have a conversation? Okay. But that's on you. I'm simply just saying, like, I'm afraid it doesn't end here. And I don't know about you guys, but I don't want birth control to go away. I don't want interracial marriage to go away. I don't want gay marriage to go away. I don't want the rights of other people to be taken away. I don't need birth control. I'm very lucky. I don't need it. But I don't want it to go away for other people. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't understand why people are so excited. I guess that's what it is. I don't understand why people are so excited by more government, especially when we can all agree government can't be trusted. We all agree that, right? No matter what side we sit on, we agree government can't be trusted. So why more government? I'm not going to stop talking to people I disagree with. I'm not. Now, if you're mean to me or you're rude to me or you call me bad names about my choices, that's different. If you give me propaganda or something hurtful, like, sure, nothing. But like, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know how we're supposed to feel about this, guys, to be honest. And I will tell you, I felt very strongly about the vaccine for me and my family. Okay? I encouraged as many people as I could to get it. I didn't push them. I didn't reject them. I wasn't mean to them. I didn't say, if you don't get it, you're not my friend. I didn't say any of that. I just said it worked for me and I think it could work for you and I think you should trust science and whatever. If the government said it's mandatory, I would say, now, hold on. I'm not talking about boosters going into school. Let me be very clear. If the government tells you got to get your kid vaccinated before they go to school, you got to fucking get your kid vaccinated before you go to school or homeschool them. I mean, they're coming after public schools anyway, so homeschool your kid. Homeschool or pay for private, like we do. But I just think like a little less government. That's all. And yes, I think this is going to fire a lot of people up for the midterms. I do think it's going to affect this country politically, unfortunately. And I think there is a respectful way to have dialogue. We have to keep talking to one another. We have to. We have to. We can't stop talking to each other. My children heard the news last night and we had to have a very hard conversation. Poor Charlie was really not getting it. She thought abortion was adoption and she was like, I don't understand why it's a bad thing and blah, blah, blah. And so I had to explain it to the kids and they go to Catholic school. I'm a little ashamed that my 8th grader, who's 14, had never heard of Roe versus Wade. Now, I understand, okay? I understand that she goes to Catholic school, but how are you not even teaching about like government? How are you not teaching my children about Roe versus Wade? How have they never heard about the Loving case? Now I got to do that. Okay, let me add that to the list of things. So last night I had to teach them all about women's rights. Did you know that women couldn't vote? They were like, what? I'm like, oh, did you not know that? Did you not know that women couldn't vote? How about that African Americans were considered half a person and only the men? And even the men were only half. So I said to my kids, these are the realities of these painful, hard, difficult conversations. But I bet if the law was today, all condom sales and vasectomies are over, and child support will triple starting May 15th. Whatever you pay in child support now, you will pay 3 times in child support. Also, no more vasectomies. No more vasectomies and no more condoms, bitch. I bet these men would think long and hard before they laid down with the girls they met at the club or at their job or the affairs they were having, right? And some of the people who were so gusto about turning over Roe versus Wade paid for plenty of abortions. So nobody is for abortion, Sarah. That's not fair wording. And I would prefer that you don't write it like that here. You can be pro-choice, pro-body autonomy. Nobody is pro-abortion. You can be pro-Yankees. You can be pro-low-fat diet. Nobody's pro-abortion. That is very like baiting verbiage. You know? I don't love that. I don't love that. Helen, I understand there is plenty of people wanting a baby and the Bible says thou shalt not kill. Sure does. I'm not going to get into the whole like specifics with you because the Bible sort of rebuttal is very Christian. I don't know if you know this, Helen. Now you might want to sit down. America is not only Christian. I know. Oh my gosh. I know. I know. Did you know that there were Jews and Muslims and Buddhists and other atheists that live in America? Girl, take a minute. Take a minute. Because I know that shit just rocked your world. I know right now you're like, who said what? What? Girl, yes, girl. And do you know some of them are women and they have vaginas? What? And uteruses and ovaries? You mean to tell me Jews have the uteruses? Girl, yes, girl. I was raised Jewish and I got 2 ovaries and a uterus. Who fucking knew? I didn't know. Now, are we separated from church and state or not? I don't know. Isn't that why we came from England? I think it is. I mean, surely all those Native Americans didn't die for nothing. So, while we allow Helen to fully realize that the laws we're passing based on religion that not everybody practices in a country they pay taxes for, give Helen a fucking beat, y'all. Give her a beat. Give her a beat, y'all. Okay. Because that was some shit. That was some shit. I know. You know, Helen is shocked to fuck right now. She's like, what the fuck? Who let the Jews in America? Are you? Girl. Fucking girl. Girl, you know it's true. Anyway, guys, it's just about having a conversation. We can't be afraid to talk to people that feel differently than us unless they don't know that not everybody is, you know, white and Christian. Wait till Helen finds out there are black and gay people in America. She's going to be like, what in the shit? Who let this place go to crap? So if I'm a Jew and I don't believe in Jesus and I pay taxes, I'm suing my federal government. And I'm saying, get your religion out of my uterus because I don't practice that religion. Okay? So I hope all the non-practicing Christians band together like a boy band, or a girl band, I should say, like the Go-Go's. And yes, and the trans community. Absolutely. 150%. We got to look out for each other, guys, and we got to keep the conversation going. And I'm not going to stop talking to people who can talk rationally and respectfully. I'm not. Some of y'all might want to, and I get that, but I'm not going to. I have to keep talking to people as long as they're willing to talk. That's all we can do, is have a conversation. And if you're surrounded by people you can't talk to, then maybe, no. Is your hair wet or do you need dry shampoo? That's your passive aggressive way of saying, Jamie, you look greasy. No, my hair's wet. I just got out of the shower. Kimberly Ann, I am Catholic, but still believe in a choice for women. Me too. All right. Guys, I don't know if Helen is trolling. I really don't. I don't think that everybody who disagrees with us is trolling. We need to understand that. I know you don't want to hear me say that, but everybody who disagrees with us is not trolling. If we can have the conversation in a respectful way, that's it, you know? I don't think Helen's trolling. I think Helen truly believes that the teaching of Jesus should be used to influence our government. She and I fundamentally disagree on that. Doesn't mean she's wrong or I'm right. It just means we sit on opposite sides of the fence on that. I don't, because I could change my religion 8 times. I was Jewish. Now I'm Catholic. You know, I don't think that religion should be used to influence government, because extremism is very dangerous. And look at the countries in like the Middle East that use their radical religion to govern their people. It's terrifying. It's terrifying. Go to church for your religion. Go to temple for your religion. Go to a mosque for your religion. Go to wilderness for your religion. Climb a mountain. Go to a fucking whatever. But don't go to the Supreme Court for your religion. That's craziness. That's craziness. Especially where we know we can't trust them and they lie under oath. We saw that. Now I'm shocked. Now I gotta eat crow because Amy and Brett lied under oath, and I'm not blaming them, but that is what happened. And I just didn't see it coming. Anyway. All right. I love you guys very much. By the way, the new trailer for Let's Talk is out now. I'm going to post the link again. If you didn't see it, if you didn't see it, if you didn't hear it, please take a listen. I would love to know what your thoughts are. Go anywhere you find your podcast. Look up Let's Talk, TAWK. Let's Talk. Okay? Have a great day. I love you. I want you to have the best day ever. Okay?